So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm bringing you an exciting experimental crossover video with Black Clover. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on what if Naruto was the Wizard King in Black Clover and got harem. But in this world, he's not just a shinobi. He's chosen as the 29th Wizard King, a beacon of strength and hope. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help the YouTube algorithm spread this video to more viewers. On 200 likes the next part will be uploaded, and let me warn you guys, this fanfic contains strong lemon after a few chapters. So make sure to put on your headset and enjoy the video without any interruptions. Chapter 1, Prologue, Freya's Awakening, 10 years before present times. And the world was covered in deep, deep darkness. Sister Lily read the story to the 5-year-old Naruto, Yuno and Rhiannon. Just when the demon tried to destroy the world, a very brave mage emerged. The brave mage fought the demon to bring the dawn back to the world. And he finally defeated the demon. The mage's light shone ever so brightly upon the whole world. The long, long night had come to an end. This is the dawn of our world. And so, the mage was dubbed the Wizard King and became a legend. The Wizard King, the two boys repeated. And they all lived happily ever after. Sister Lily finished the story. The next day. Sister, the Wizard King still exists, right? Naruto asked. The title of Wizard King has been passed down through many generations. Sister Lily related. All along, they've been protecting us with their magic. It's because of the Wizard King that the Clover Kingdom is so peaceful. Is the Wizard King really important? Yuno inquired. He's the most important after the king, Sister Lily replied. I've made up my mind, Naruto declared. I'm gonna be the Wizard King. What brought that on, Naruto and I? Rhiannon wondered. He defeated the demon, right? Naruto grinned. That means he's super strong, and that's so cool. I want to be cool too. And if I become important, if I become the Wizard King, I'll be able to make everyone happy. So sister, marry me. And he completely goes off topic, Rhiannon muttered. That's a completely different subject, Sister Lily agreed. Sometime in December that year. I was wondering if one of you would run an errand for me, Father Orsi requested, landing in the church's backyard. I'll go. Naruto jumped at the chance. Would someone deliver this to the mayor? Father Orsi pulled out an envelope. It's a very important letter. You know, Rhiannon, could you two do it? I have to go see the mayor in the next village over. I have to ask him to spare us some food to make it through the winter. As it stands now, we don't have enough tattoos. We'll go, Yuno responded. We're heading off. Pulling Rhiannon by the wrist, the two children took off. In the streets? Kicked out of a pub, a drunkard instantly noticed Yuno's pendant as the two kids were running across the snowy path. With a smirk, he followed the two children, accosting them around the corner after Yuno delivered the letter. My pendant, Yuno muttered, knocked to the ground by the drunkard's punch. That's mine. I'm just gonna exchange it for some cash. The drunkard snorted, snatching his prize. You miserable little brat. He kicked Yuno away. Where do you get off having something this extravagant? Give it back. Yuno got back to his feet. That's mine. He summoned his wind magic. What the heck is that? The drunkard mocked. What do you expect to do to me with magic like that? You want to fight me and die? I've got an idea. I'll take that girl and sell her too. You know, Rhiannon. Naruto shot past the other two and threw himself at the drunkard, only to be knocked aside. That's Yuno's. Give it back. He charged at the drunkard once more. Don't touch me with your filthy hands. The drunkard snarled, fighting off the persistent Naruto. I won't let you hurt them anymore. Rhiannon spoke, exuding a powerful magic aura. What is this feeling? The drunkard was rooted to the ground. What a vast. What the hell is their problem? He ran off, frightened. That's amazing, Rhiannon. Naruto gushed. Shortly after Julius was crowned the 28th Wizard King, Marx Francois was sent to the Hage village to escort the awakened Freya to the royal capital. Chapter 1, The Magic Knight's Entrance Exam. On the morning of the Magic Knight's entrance exam, Rhiannon was halfway through breakfast when one of her informants approached her dining table. Rhiannon-sama, this just came in from the exam venue. An informant handed over a piece of parchment. Thank you. Rhiannon took the parchment, her eyes immediately noticing Yuno's and Naruto's names on the registry. The two of you finally came, Yuno and I, Naruto and I. She smiled. At the opening of the Magic Knight's entrance exam, William took the stage and was about to begin his speech when one of the Golden Dawn Junior Magic Knights ran to his side and whispered something into his ear. Freya-sama? He echoed in astonishment, the gathered squad captains turning their heads upon hearing a slight shuffle of a screen divider being shifted in place above the podium. Freya-sama, the Golden Dawn squad captain addressed the feminine shadow behind the screen. You honor us with your presence. Please continue, Captain Vengeance. A soft regale voice sounded from behind the screen. By your leave, Freya-sama. William returned his attention to the gathered candidates. Almost instantly, shocked and excited mutterings were heard all over the exam floor. The Lady Freya? You mean, the goddess of magic is real? I thought she's just something we all pray to. Doesn't she sound young? Candidates. William silenced everyone. I will be conducting this exam. Opening his grimoire to a spell page, he summoned the spell. Magic tree descend. Amidst the gathered darkened clouds, a giant tree descended from the sky, its roots forming a broomstick for each candidate. We will now begin the Magic Knight's entrance exam. William shut his grimoire. We will now have you all take several tests. The 9 of us will evaluate your performance, and then we will select the candidates that we would like to add to our squads. If chosen, you will join that squad. If you're chosen by more than one squad, you may choose the squad you want to join. On the other hand, those who are not chosen by any captain are not qualified to join the Magic Knights. For the first exam, we will have you get on those brooms and fly. Mages that can control their magical powers should be able to do this instinctively. It is the most basic for mages to travel. If you cannot fly on a broom, you should have even be here. However, do not use this as a chance to try and sneak a peek as to what Freya-sama looks like. Begin. He started the first test. The next test shall be the last one. He announced, the candidates having gone through a magical ability exam, a magical ability control exam, a creation magic exam, and a developmental magic exam. You will engage in actual combat. You'll be battling. Fugolian clarified. You will pair off with your partner. You may use your grimoires to attack. Fighting is our duty. Show us your true abilities. As soon as one of you yields or becomes unable to fight, the exam will be over. William laid out the rules. There will be mages who can use healing magic on standby. So fight to your heart's content, Fugolian declared. On the battle floor. Fight me, Naruto. Sek instantly picked out his opponent. First combatants, come forward, the referee declared. Begin. He started the fight. No holding back, all right. Sek smirked, already summoning his grimoire. Bronze creation magic, Sek Magnum Cannonball. He conjured a magical sphere around himself. Come at me. He issued his challenge. Here I go. Naruto produced his grimoire and ran towards Sek, drawing out the Demon Slayer's sword. Behind the screen, a shocked Rhiannon stood up from her seat, instantly recognizing the black grimoire in Naruto's hand. Why does Naruto and I have that grimoire? Even the Demon Slayer's sword? She gasped. On the battle floor, closing in on the bronze creation mage, Naruto sliced through Sek's spell with a single slash and knocking his opponent out. Chapter 2, The Road to the Wizard King, with the captains. Could it be some kind of creation magic? Finral wondered. Judging from the other parts of the exam, it doesn't seem like he had that much magic power. He's not using magic, Yami refuted. Actually, maybe it's not that he's not using magic. It's that he doesn't have any magical power. Come to think of it, I didn't sense any mana from him. And yet, he wants to be the Wizard King? Looks like we got a strange one on our hands. In the battle arena. You know, wasn't it? Salim approached his victim. You seem to have a hard time finding an opponent. Why don't you pair up with me? Yuno accepted the challenge and headed to the arena. You may be chosen by the Four-Leaf, but you are no noble. Salim was confident. I'll show you just how far below us nobles you are, both in status and power. And of course in wealth, too. Begin. The referee started the match. You should know that it's an honor just to be able to fight the great Salim Dahapshas, Salim remarked. You can tell the tale for the rest of your life when you go back to your village. I'll at least treat you to a noble's ultimate attack, the god of lightning rising Salim. I'll even pay for your trip back home. He then sent the ball of lightning towards Yuno. Wind magic, towering tornado. Yuno countered, blocking the lightning sphere. The powerful gust of wind even blew Salim out of the arena. Later that evening. This concludes the exam, William informed the participants. Now, candidates whose numbers are called, please step forward. The squad captains will raise their hands if they would like you to join their squads. Charlotte took over. The candidates will decide if they would like to accept or decline. And if they are chosen by more than one captain, they may choose which squad they'd like to join. But if no one raises their hand, that candidate will not join the Magic Knights, Fugolian reminded. And you will leave immediately, Nozel declared. Candidate number 1, step forward, the referee instructed. Number 32, no offers. He continued down the candidate list. Number 40, no offers. Number 45, no offers. Number 67, no offers. Number 71, Purple Orcus. Number 78, I will welcome him. Ugolion raised his hand. The Crimson Lion Kings, the referee declared. Number 99, the Coral Peacocks. He noticed Dorothy raising her hand. Number 116, no offers. Number 141, no offers. Next, number 164. All who wish to offer, please raise your hand, he requested, Yuno stepping forward, and all 9 squad captains raised their hands in unison. Please allow me to join the Golden Dawn, Yuno requested. Next, number 165. The referee continued. All who wish to offer, please raise your hand. Number 165, no offers. Not yet. Naruto stood firm. I'm not done yet. That's no surprise. Yami spoke up. No matter how high your combat skills are, if the source of your power is unknown, no one wants anything to do with it. In the end, the only thing desired from a magic knight is their magical power. He flared up his mana skin, the sheer pressure causing the arena to rock, and the former citizen of Hino country jumped down to meet Naruto face to face. And since you have no magical power, no one wants you. That's the cruel reality. You said earlier that you wanted to become the Wizard King, right? Which means you have to surpass the 9 captains here. Now that I'm standing before you, do you still have the nerve to say that you're going to be the Wizard King, even without any magical power? Even if I can't join the Magic Knights today, no matter how many times I fail, no matter what anyone says to me, I'll still become the Wizard King someday, Naruto declared. You're funny, kid. Yami burst out laughing. Join my squad. I'm telling you that I'll let you join the Black Bulls. By the way, declining isn't an option, he glared. That alright with you, Haim-sama? He turned to Rhiannon. Do as you wish. Rhiannon gave the dark magic user the go-ahead. I'll make life miserable for you and the Black Bulls that you'll be torn to shreds, so be ready to that. Yami turned back to his new recruit. And then, someday, become the Wizard King. Behind her screen. I'm leading Naruto and II to you, Captain Yami. Rhiannon smiled, before noticing the anti-bird perched on the stadium roof. Much later. Number 512, no offers. The referee ended the roll call. This concludes the Magic Knight's entrance exam. That night, Rhiannon was soaking in her bathtub when Seeker, in her anti-bird form, landed on the windowsill. It's been a while, Seeker. She greeted the seal mage, who then fluttered to land on her outstretched finger. You're sticking to Naruto and I, then. Take care of him. Chapter 3, Assembly at the Royal Capital, in the dining hall of the Black Bull headquarters. What? Naruto exclaimed. I was asleep for a week. Honestly, how many days were you planning on sleeping? Noelle complained. Noelle was so worried about you that she kept checking on you. Vanessa teased. I wasn't worried. The youngest Silva flustered. I was just wondering what we were going to do if he didn't wake up. Pretty sure that's called being worried. Finral ribbed. Thanks, Noelle. Naruto smiled. I was worried too, Gorgon mumbled. But I'm glad you all came back safely. Getting rest is important too, Magna pointed out. Because that's how much energy you used up conquering that dungeon. Everyone, the sheep cooks made breakfast, Charmy called out. Captain, good morning. She greeted Yami, who had kicked the door in. You finally awake, kid? Yami took his seat. I guess you didn't die. Good work, even though you always come back banged up. Apparently Magic Knight's headquarters want a report on that dungeon. So if you can walk, pay them a visit. You'll probably cause trouble if you went, so you're not going, luck. He instantly noticed the lightning user's excited face. Instead, there's a fighting mission, so go on that with Magna. There's no way you can go. He threw cold water on Charmy's expectations. All you ever do is eat. In the royal capital. This is awesome. Naruto was astounded by the majesty of the palace, standing at the entrance with Noelle. Hello. He noticed Yuno, Klaus, and Mimosa in front of him. If it isn't the members of the Golden Dawn. Your Majesty. Klaus immediately knelt before Julius, who was standing at the top of the staircase to personally welcome the group. I never expected you to welcome me yourself. Who's that flashy old guy? Naruto was confused. You fool. Klaus snapped. That's the current Wizard King, Julius Navachrono. What? Naruto gawked. Both he and Yuno were on their knees seconds later. In one of the watchtowers. Well done acquiring this. Julius flipped open Yuno's grimoire to review the new spell. This magic is most probably the most important relic in that dungeon. You can read that? Yuno gaped. Somewhat, Julius replied. I see. His eyes sparkled in excitement. Would you try using this magic? He returned the four-leaf grimoire back to its owner. I'm sorry, Yuno answered. I think it activated in the dungeon once, but I haven't been able to use it since. SLYPH, the wind spirit of the four great attributes, and one of Freya's four guardians. Julius mused. Apparently, she's chosen him in this era. All I can say now is that this spell will grow with you and, one day, become an extraordinary power, he informed. Take good care of it. Wizard King, my grimoire has some weird scribbles on it, too. Naruto opened to the page containing his new spell. Please look at it. This is... Julius frowned. Something I can't read at all. I've never seen this writing in any documents. This thing pops out of it, too. Naruto pulled out the Demon Dweller sword. Take a look. A second anti-magic sword. Julius was intrigued. Can I touch that? Go right ahead. Naruto handed the blade over. It's so heavy. Julius gaped, shocked by the weight of the sword. My magic power is being absorbed. He realized. You can have this back now. This is beyond my abilities, he admitted. It appears you're able to wield it because you have no magic. You all did splendidly. Good work. Do you have a moment? Naruto voiced. What is it? Julius blinked. How? Naruto started. Do you become the Wizard King? Both he and Yuno chorused. So you both want to be the Wizard King? Julius burst out laughing. Any magic knight should have that aspiration. It's rude to ask the Wizard King directly. Klaus chided. The Wizard King must be proud and have the trust of the people. No, Julius corrected. It's merit. You can't protect others with pride, and the trust of others come from merit. There is only one thing people want from the Wizard King, merit that proves that they are the best. Gain merit. Continuously gaining merit is everything. Anyone who can't do that can never stand at the top. Bring it on. Naruto and Yuno accepted the challenge. Now then, we're actually holding a decoration ceremony for the Magic Knights, who've been awarded an outstanding number of stars today, Julius informed the group. It's a ceremony where we award those who have done exceptionally well and honor them. I would love for all of you to join us. In the ceremony hall. Now then, let the decoration ceremony begin. Julius pushed open the door to reveal Fugolian and Leopold Vermilion, Charlotte, Sol, the other three Silva siblings, Alecdora, Siren, and Hammond standing in two parallel lines. With 7 stars earned, Leopold Vermilion of the Crimson Lion Kings, I grant you the title of Intermediate Magic Knight, 2nd class. You use the same flame as your older brother, the captain of the Crimson Lion Kings. Your power is overwhelming. A word of advice from the goddess Freya, make sure you do not go overboard. With 6 stars earned, Sol Marin of the Blue Rose Knights, I grant you the title of Intermediate Magic Knight, 3rd class. You're as dynamic as the men, and your creative earth magic is amazing. But you might be a bit too much of a free spirit. With 6 stars earned, Solid Silva of the Silver Eagles, I grant you the title Intermediate Magic Knight, 3rd class. The maneuverability of your magic is amazing. Some advice from the goddess Freya. You can be even more amazing if you stop showing off your powers and cooperated with others. With 9 stars earned, Nebra Silva of the Silver Eagles, I grant you the title of Senior Magic Knight, 5th class. The skillful illusions you create with your mist magic are splendid. The goddess Freya would like to remind you to make sure not to play with your opponent more than necessary, or you might be bitten in return. With 7 stars earned, Hammond Cassius of the Golden Dawn, I grant you the title of Intermediate Magic Knight, 2nd class. Just by looking at you, the enemy would never expect your glass magic, and I bet they're completely boggled. With 8 stars earned, Siren Time of the Golden Dawn, I grant you the title of Intermediate Magic Knight, 1st class. Unlike your eloquent magic, you're a very quiet fellow, so you're better off if you spoke your mind more. With 11 stars earned, Alecdora Sandler of the Golden Dawn, I grant you the title Senior Magic Knight, 2nd class. You amaze me with your diligence and flexible magic. You can probably relax a little more once in a while. The Golden Dawn has earned a total of 71 stars. They are the clear leaders. I hope the rest of the squads do their best to not fall behind. Well done, all of you. Now then, there's a simple reception set up for you, so go enjoy yourselves. I've invited some special guests today. Make sure you get to know each other very well. Wizard King, about that matter, one of Freya-sama's, Marx whispered. Something came up, so I have to excuse myself. Julius excused himself. Have fun. In the reception hall. All those stairs are beginning to hurt. Klaus noted. The group were gathered around their own table. Vulgar peasant. Alecdora scowled at Naruto's eating habits. Why did the Wizard King invite such lowborn scum? I can't sense any magic from him. Nebra scoffed. Them capturing the dungeon must have been sheer luck. The way he eats is disgusting. Hammond piped in. It's unnatural for him to be here. Solid snorted. Filthy rat. You also have a peasant in your squad. Leopold reminded the 3 Golden Dawn Knights. The peasant who's forgotten his place since everyone fawned over him because of the 4-leaf grimoire he has. I could have handled capturing that dungeon even better. That's quite confident, Crimson Brat. Alectora fired back. It's not like we expect anything from that peasant. We are the ones who embody Vangeance Sama and the Golden Dawn's ideals. That goes for you as well, Klaus. Aren't you shamed, being here with your lack of skill? And Minosa. I heard that you were wounded early on in the dungeon and left the front line. To think that your royalty of the Vermilion line is laughable. The most useless fool here is you. Solid walked towards Noelle. Wouldn't you agree, Noelle? He then doused his drink over his younger sister's head. You can't even control your magic. You're sure an embarrassment. You've been basically exiled from the Silva family. Nebra mocked. I'm surprised you have the nerve to return to the noble realm. You got a big head from one achievement. Nozel added. Did you come here intending to bring shame upon the Silva name? You do not belong here. Begone, failure that killed our mother. Haven't I reminded you time and again to remind your siblings not to bring your family squabbles to public events, Captain Nozel? A firm voice rebuked. You're... Naruto and Yuno gasped, both boys recognizing the flower bracelet around the younger woman's wrist. Why is she? Nozel, Fugolian and Charlotte were taken aback. That's enough, you scoundrel. Alectora activated his sand-armored guard. You shouldn't even be allowed to talk. Alectora, stop! Fugolian shouted, attempting to stop the sand user, only to have Rhiannon dispel the golem was instantly dispelled with a wave of a hand. She is. I am still waiting for your answer, Captain Nozel. Rhiannon stated sternly, flaring Freya's overwhelming mana skin. My deepest apologies for allowing you to witness such a disgraceful display, Freya-sama. Nozel knelt before the revealed goddess. Rhiannon is... Naruto breathed. Freya? Chapter 4, Royal Capital Riot, in a forest in the forsaken realm of the Clover Kingdom. Isn't this just messed up? Raids whined to Valtos. Why did I have to get kicked out? I have more magical power than the royals do. Magic is everything in this world, isn't it? This is a load of bull. He snarled. The zombie behind him remained silent. Who are you talking to? Valtos emerged from the ground through a portal. I'm just talking to myself. Raids replied. We are ready. Valtos informed. I'll show the Clover Kingdom's magic knights the true extent of my powers. Raids declared. In the reception hall. Naruto, do you know Freya-sama? Noelle blinked, realizing her squad mate had addressed the other girl by name. Yeah. Naruto nodded, blankly. Rhiannon grew up in the same church as Yuno and me. But she was taken away 10 years ago. Yuno added. We didn't think we'd see her here. A mere peasant is Freya? Solid sneered. You must be kidding me, Nozel and Isama. I'll expose this fake right now. He started to summon his holy water assassination bullet, only to suck in a startled gasp, when an overwhelming magic aura flooded the reception hall, the sheer pressure forcing him to his knees. Solid, do not disgrace yourself any longer. Nozel rebuked. Do you plan on shaming the Silva family before her grace? It's just as Mimosa said. Leopold suddenly burst out laughing beside Naruto. You're quite amusing. I, Leopold Vermilion, declare you my rival, he informed the anti-magic user. Rival? Naruto gawked. Vermilion. Yuno trailed. Fugolian and Leopold are my cousins, Mimosa explained. My father's older brother is Fugolian and Leopold's father. Also, my mother's older sister is Noelle's mother. Too many royals, Yuno muttered. Guys really are dumb, aren't they, sis? Sol bit off her slice of meat from her fork. A royal acknowledging a peasant as his rival? Nozel scoffed. Julius Sama allowed the boy to be here. Fugolian stepped up. He may be a peasant, but doesn't he deserve a little credit? I never thought I'd hear such nonsense from a royal's mouth, Nozel retorted. It appears the Vermilion family has gone soft. You're a disgrace to us all. How am I, an eagle that soars the sky, supposed to give credit to an insect that crawls on the ground? There's an emergency. A messenger burst in before Fugolian and Nozel could clash. Report. Rhiannon turned to the messenger. The capital. The messenger knelt before the goddess. The capital is under attack. In the city. The citizens were under siege by the zombie horde Raids summoned. Destroy. Raids laughed at the havoc he unleashed. Destroy all the fools who can't understand my worth. Such disgusting creatures. One of the city guards blasted a zombie off a citizen with an air bullet. Where did they come from? You must not value your lives if you're invading the royal capital like this. Another city guard using fire magic added. What are these things? The other city guards were fighting off the zombies without success. They keep coming toward us even when we shoot their limbs off. You won't be able to, scum. Raids jumped into the fight. Get lost, scum. Landing on the ground, he summoned even more zombies. You're stronger than me, right? He laughed loudly, His creations easily overran the guards. Get out here, Magic Knights! In the reception hall. The royal capital is under attack? Fugolian echoed. Siren! Rhiannon cast a look at the stone magic user. Stone creation magic, stone model of the world. Siren summoned a replica of the royal capital. It's a third-dimensional model of the noble realm? Klaus was astonished. Even the voices of the people at the scene and their magic levels. Is he lacing the whole area with mana and simultaneously making it visible? This is much more advanced than my magic flower guidepost. Mimosa gawked. A force with this much magic appears in 5 places simultaneously without us noticing. Fugolian's attention was focused on the 5 magic spikes. A formidable spatial magic user must have made them materialize in an instant. Even then, the guard mages of the Nobel realm work in shifts, constantly keeping a magic barrier in place. It should be impossible to enter with spatial magic. Did they analyze the barrier's mechanism and break through it? Or did one of the guard mages betray us? Either way, they must be phenomenally skilled. How should we assign the members we currently have? He spoke up. What the heck are we waiting for? Naruto protested. There are people out there who need our help. I'm gonna go. He dashed out immediately. Where do you plan to go? Klaus questioned. We don't even know the full situation yet, and you can't sense any magic at all. I'm going where it's noisiest. Naruto fired back. Interesting. Leopold dashed out after Naruto. Wait for me, my rival. Leo is still very much a child, Fugolian remarked. I'll have to thoroughly retrain him later. Captain Fugolian, won't it be better to leave that to Mario Leonidano? Rhiannon quirked a playful grin at the Crimson Lion squad captain. My lady. Fugolian gave the younger girl a pained look. Captain Fugolian, go after Intermediate Magic Knights 2nd Class Leopold Vermilion and Naruto. Head over to the Northern District after catching up to them. Rhiannon went into Commander-in-Chief mode. Junior Magic Knight 3rd Class Noel Silva, go with Captain Fugolian. The Silver Eagles will head to the Central District where the magic is the strongest. The Blue Roses will head to the East District. If it's Her Grace's order, I suppose I don't have a choice, Charlotte remarked, so already summoning her rampaging Mother Earth Golem. Golden Dawn will split into 2 groups and head to the West and Northwest districts. Rhiannon continued. Remember, we have 2 objectives. 1, protect the royal capital, and 2, capture at least one of the main intruders for interrogation. Is that clear? Understood. All the Magic Knights present chorused and split off to their respective locations. Shouldn't you come out now, Junior Magic Knight 1st Class, Charmy Papitson? Rhiannon addressed the seemingly empty hall. I managed to get in following Naruto and the others, said Dwarf Human Hybrid crawled out from under a table. It looks like something awful is happening. This looks like a job for Charmy. Please. Rhiannon nodded and smiled. Give me a complete headcount on the barrier mages. She turned to the messenger as the pair walked out. At once, Freya-sama. The messenger hurried off. In the Central District, the 3 Silver Eagle Magic Knights arrived just in time to take out a zombie attempting to attack a frightened citizen. In the East District, Soul's Golem punched out a line of attacking zombies. In the Northwest District, Alector had jumped off Yuno's wind chariot. Those who dare bring chaos upon the kingdom shall perish before my magic. He summoned his sand-armored guard. Yuno let loose a rain of wind blades at the attacking zombies, only for them to get back up. These things keep getting up with half-assed attacks. The wind user noticed. In that case, he summoned a couple of tornadoes. In the West District, I guess we should work off some calories before dessert. Hammond chuckled, jumping off Klaus' transport with Siren in tow. Fools who disturb the peace of the capital, you shall be eliminated. Klaus swore, entering into the fray. In the North District, what is this? Noel breathed in shock, arriving with Fugolian on his Leo Rugens construct. I've never seen them before, Fugolian admitted. What county is that army from? Where's Naruto? Noel scanned the battlefield for the anti-magic user. Little girl, do you love the Clover Kingdom? Raids had cornered a terrified girl against a wall. I love it, the child sobbed. So please stop this. I hate it. Raid snarled. So the town, the people, and that includes you too, little girl, I'll destroy you all. Then I'll protect them. Naruto snapped, slashing through the wall of flames and shooting towards Raids. Chapter 5, Magic Wild Dance, where we last left off. Someone finally shows up, and it's a black bull. Raids noticed Naruto's cloak. And a little kid to boot. Get away from her, you crazy Benaritord. Naruto snapped. You fool. Raids mocked. You won't be able to stop me and my army with that rusty sword. What? He was stunned to see the zombies Naruto cut down remained on the floor. I was so scared. The girl took the opening to run to Naruto's side. It's dangerous, so stand back. Naruto put himself between Raids and the girl. I see. Raids realized who he was fighting. You're the one with the anti-magic. Give me a break, he whined. No one asked the bottom-ranked Black Bulls or a trash like you with no magic to show up here. He summoned another horde of zombies. In the Central District, citizens, fall behind us, Nozel instructed. In the West District, where are these things? Klaus asked, using his blazing spiral lance to drill through the zombies, only to have them reform and stand back up instantly. Every time we knock them down, they get back up again. In the East District, these things are gross, sis. Soul shivered. She and Charlotte found themselves surrounded by zombies. Indeed, I feel nauseous just looking at them. Charlotte agreed. In the Northwest District, do they have some kind of weakness? Yuno wondered out loud. He, Mimosa, and Alec-Dora were similarly surrounded by zombies. It matters not, Alec-Dora replied. There's no point in wasting time trying to find it. In the North District, they're disgusting. Noelle winced. She and the 2 Vermilion brothers were also surrounded by zombies. These things possess magic, but they aren't alive, Hugolian analyzed. In that case, everywhere else, we'll just have to crush them until they can't get back up. All the Magic Knights decided on one single course of action. In the North District, see if you can take my magic. Leopold grinned. Fire magic, spiral flames. He released his attack. Fire magic, soul linea. Hugolian fired off his fire beam. In the West District, Siren was using the Stone Rain spell to crush the zombies. Steel magic, blazing spiral lance. Klaus sent his spiral-tipped lances flying. Glass creation magic, Verfleur. Hammond's glass spike spell rose from the ground, spearing the zombies. In the Northwest District, shatter before my magic. Alec-Dora summoned his Sand Golem. Sand creation magic, sand armored heavy guard. The golem cut down the zombies with a cross slash. Wind magic, towering tornado. Yuno fell back to his default spell. If you're hurt, please come see me, Mimosa requested, already caging several injured citizens in her dream healing flower basket. In the East District, filthy creatures, stay away from me. Charlotte used vines to push the zombies away. Earth creation magic, rampaging Mother Earth. Soul wasted no time in calling in the big guns. I will not allow anyone to touch me. Charlotte summoned a sword from her grimoire. Briar creation magic, corpse hunting briar tree. She trapped the zombies in towers of entwined vines. In the Central District, water creation magic, death-dealing sea serpent. Solid wasted no time in summoning his water serpent. Mist magic, solid mist clones. Nibra's clones fired off water bullets in rapid succession. Mercury magic, silver rain. Nozel rained down mercury droplets on the zombies. In the North District, fire creation magic, Leo Rugens. Hugolian's flaming lion fired off a fire beam from its mouth. That voice. Leopold recognized Naruto's enraged scream. Don't tell me he managed to mow down that many of them with just a sword. He saw the growing pile of zombies around the anti-magic user. What a stupidly straightforward way of fighting. He's just too interesting. He laughed. This is why he is my perfect rival. My magic runs my own mana through corpses, making them move in any way I want. Raids mused. It's Wraith magic. That guy's attacks instantly cut through the mana in the corpses and erases it. I guess that's all of him. Naruto turned to Raids, having disposed of the last zombie. Why are you attacking innocent people, you jerk? I'm going to defeat you, no matter what. He charged straight at Raids, only to have a cursed magic bullet shoot past his cheek. Number 4 Jimmy. Raids summoned the Soul Corpse. Innocent? Everyone who doesn't understand my magic is a sinner. In the Northwest District, they keep coming, one after another. Yuno sent out his swift white hawk first, and added a wind blade shower as a follow-up attack. But they're no match for me. Just a few more, Alec-Dora reminded. In the West District, one after another. Hammond chuckled. Klaus Steel Castle's armored wall blocked off the heated rock Siren created. In the Central District, Miss Spider binding thread. Nibra cast her binding web. Holy water assassination bullet. Solid sent out his water bullet. In the North District, this brat is your prey this time, Jimmy. Raids told his creation. You just keep bringing out these creepy things one after another. Naruto accused. No fair, you jerk. My wound opened even more. He noticed the injury on his cheek was bleeding. Jimmy got you with one of his specially made curse shells. Raids grinned. It's loaded with curse power. Even scratches won't stop bleeding. I'd be rather careful if I were you. Jimmy, he ordered, the corpse firing off the rest of its curse bullets. You sure are a pain for a brat that doesn't have any magic. He scoffed, Naruto having foregone using the Demon Slayer's sword and switched to the Demon Dweller's sword to cut through the cursed shots. But Jimmy's still got lots of cursed power left. But before we deal with you, Jimmy, finish off that eyesore of a brat back there first, he ordered, turning his attention on the girl Naruto was protecting. Who are you aiming at? Naruto snarled, fending off the fired cursed magic bullets that were turned to the child. I guess you magic knights protect the people. Rage shrugged. Just abandon her already. He mocked. Naruto was still cutting through the rain of cursed bullets coming at him. There's no point in getting hurt just to protect others, is there? What do you gain from protecting a little brat like that, you hypocritical loser? I'll protect her, even if I don't gain anything from it. Naruto fired back. Will you? Rage sneered, having Jimmy ready another rain of cursed bullets. Then, stay right there and swing your sword around until you bleed to death. Naruto. Noel had also arrived at the scene. Focus! Hugolian slammed a hand chop on the hesitating Noel's head. You're not letting what your sibling said get to you, are you? He rebuked. There's no time for that on the battlefield. One wrong decision and a life could be lost. You're standing here right now as a member of the Magic Knights. If you join the Magic Knights of your own free will, then steel yourself and get stronger. Being weak is nothing to be ashamed of. However, staying weak is. Even Freya-sama could not control her power when she first arrived at the palace. It had been Nei-san who taught her control. Mereoleona-sama? Noel gawked. The weak will always die weak. Raids mocked, realizing Naruto was tiring out. Noel's Sea Dragon's Nest sphere blocked off the last two cursed bullets Naruto missed. Who the hell are you? Raids glared at the intrusion. What are you doing, stupidsta? Noel rebuked. I can't bear to just sit and watch this. I'll help you, so you better be grateful. There's no way he'd be able to stop you if you can move freely. You stupid brats. Raids roared. Don't be so full of yourselves. I shall assist you, my rival. Leopold's fire blast took out Raid's newly summoned zombies. Get that Binara toward good. Show me your true power. I was going to do that anyway. Naruto renewed his attack. With both swords in hand, he spun towards Jimmy like a tornado, taking out the zombie. Don't let that ridiculous attack get to you, Jimmy. Raids barked. Stop blabbering. Naruto retorted. Come at me yourself. Don't get cocky, you little brat. Raids snarled. Come forth, Alfred. He summoned a second corpse, a lightning using one. Number 2, Alfred. Somewhere in the palace. I see. Having went through the entire list of registered barrier mages, and the barrier mages on rotation duty, Rhiannon realized how the royal realm was infiltrated. So, this is how it is. She glanced at the list of missing barrier mages. Anyone? She called out. Freya-sama. A guard entered the study. Gather a squad and locate these missing mages. Rhiannon instructed, handing over the missing mages list to the guard. Chapter 6. The Crimson Lion King, in the Central District. Something's wrong. Nozel mused, his area of effect spell having no effect on the increasing number of zombies. Their numbers are great, but they're far too weak. What does the enemy want? Where is their main force? What are they after? The king or... Meanwhile, Charmy had located the Magic Knight's headquarters kitchens, and was watching in sheer awe as Chef Jamo continued to cook despite the royal capital being under attack. In the North District, Naruto jumped back to dodge number 2 Alfred's lightning and turned back to attack the lightning-clad zombie, only for it to fly back into the air. Too bad, you stupid brat. Raids mocked. Your special anti-magic blade doesn't mean anything if it can't hit its target. Come down here. Naruto barked, still missing his mark. Are you stupid? Raid snorted. Who the heck would come down just because someone told them to? Black Bull Girl-eyed Leopard Vermilion shall assist you. Leopard had also arrived to the battlefield. I shall not let him harm my rival any longer. You two can deal with him. Raid summoned number 3 David to go up against Noel and Leopard. I'm not going to fight. He laughed. I'm going to control my corpses and enjoy the show. I'm going to win just by watching. That's how I fight. Unlike a meathead like you, I actually know how to use my brain. What's that look for? He was displeased at Naruto's glare. Guts alone won't gonna get you out of this, you stupid brat. Alfred, kill him, he ordered as number 2 Alfred started to charge up its mana. Just then, a blast of fire shot towards number 2 Alfred, turning it into ashes. My Alfred turned into charcoal in an instant. Raids was shocked to see his zombie destroyed. He recognized Hugolian. I apologize for honing on your fight, Hugolian voiced. But I thought it would be a shame to let a man like you to die here. You fought well for a peasant with no magical powers. I hate to admit this, But it looks like Yami's foresight was better than mine. So you're gonna fight me? Raids accepted Fugolian's challenge. Finally, someone worth fighting, captain of the Crimson Lion Kings, Fugolian Vermilion. What are you after? Fugolian questioned. Your actions are too scattered for an invasion, and too organized for indiscriminate terrorism. Who are you? Who am I? Raids scoffed. You don't recognize me. I guess I'm the only one enjoying this reunion. 6 years ago, I was the top choice for a Magic Knights squad. I guess I wasn't important enough for you people to bother with. I see. Fugolian recalled Raid's entrance exam. You're from back then. What's your name? It's Raids. Raid snorted. I believe you joined the Purple Orcas. Fugolian remembered. They expelled me. Raids revealed. Raids, with all your talent, why? They said my magic was dangerous and forbidden, and kicked me out of both the squad and kingdom. Raid snorted. Because I was a commoner. No one stood up for me. No one. Even though my powers were better than anyone else's. Greater than the nobles. Greater than anyone's. I thought magic meant everything in this kingdom. That's why I'm getting revenge on the Magic Knights and this country. With my powers. This is what I'm after. Though, we do have another goal. For such a childish reason. Fugolian growled. You can't be serious, you fool. Childish? Raid scoffed. Reasons are always simple. He summoned number 1 Carl in retaliation. Leo! Fugolian barked. Do you need help? Definitely not. Leopard grinned. If you understand, take care of things quickly. Fugolian ordered. Way to ask the impossible. Raid scorned. Our attributes are lousy against each other. Not that I'm going to let you help him, but... He was cut off when Fugolian summoned his Leo Rugen spell. Sorry, but I can't control the intensity of the flames, Fugolian remarked. Fire creation magic, Leo Rugens. He had his flaming lion fired a fire beam at Raids, only to find the Soul Corpse mage had used a barrier to protect himself. A magical barrier, he realized. Number 1 Carl. Raids grinned. When he was alive, he was an expert at defense magic. So, I added my curse magic and made him even tougher. Why are you so calm? He pressed, seeing Fugolian remained unfazed. Defense isn't the only thing he can do. From within the barrier, he had number 1 Carl release a rain of curse magic arrows. Fire creation magic, Ignis Columna. Fugolian shielded himself with a spiraling column of flames. Trying to match Carl's barrier spells? Raids taunted. What do you think of this invincible barrier and super barrage? He continued his attack. Is this all you've got, captain of the Crimson Lion Kings? His mocking was cut off when Fugolian's Soul Linea fire beam shot right through the barrier and number 1 Carl, instantly incinerating the zombie. Fire magic, Soul Linea. Fugolian named the offensive spell. In the instant you attack, for just a moment, the mana of the barrier thins in places. That's what I aim for. I deal with difficult magic every day. Listen well, all of you, he called out. As long as you are Magic Knights, you will find yourselves constantly pitted against powerful enemies and magic. When that happens, if you gauge the ability correctly and maintain a bold fighting spirit, you will never lose. Impossible. Raids was taken aback. My number 1 was defeated so easily. Raids, wasn't it? Fugolian stated. Even if you possess extraordinary abilities and polish them to the fullest, without a righteous spirit, your deeds are nothing but violence. No one will acknowledge anything like that. In the West District. What were those things anyway? Klaus wondered, the zombies disappearing after Fugolian took out number 1 Carl. Regardless, they're apparently no match for us. Hammond shrugged. In the Central District. Something is off. Nozel concluded. In the Northwest District. I guess that's most of them. Alecdora noted. It's too early for you to be cheering just yet. In the air, Catherine taunted. I think everything's just about ready. Now for some lively Sal's mana. How exciting. She grinned. With Rhiannon. Standing before the main barrier erecting crystal ball magic tool that connects to the other crystal balls responsible for raising the royal capital shield, Rhiannon ignited Freya's aura, sending the goddess immense mana into the crystal ball. Chapter 7, Blackout. Noel, I thank you. Leopard turned to the water mage, who had used her sea dragon's nest to shield him from number 1 Carl's aquatic strikes. Fire magic, spiral flame. He charged forward, slamming both his fiery palms on Carl's body, vaporizing it. How'd you like that? He shouted at Raids. I made him evaporate with intense firepower. Excellent. Fugolian grinned. Well done. Impossible. Raid stammered. Impossible. I've got as much magic as a royal. Fire restraining magic, Leo Palma. Fugolian secured Raids. There are many questions I'd like to ask you. He addressed his captive. Before that, I'm confiscating your grimoire. Don't. Raids panicked. Don't touch my grimoire. What is this grimoire? Fugolian frowned. There's only one page? He opened the grimoire, and was shocked to see it contained only one spell. Don't you dare look down on me, Raid snapped. Who's gonna look down on you? Naruto fired back. Couldn't you think of any other way to get people to acknowledge your power? You have amazing power, and you were strong enough to claw your way up. It's such a waste. What you lacked to overcome adversity was a righteous heart. Fugolian agreed with Naruto. Pay for your crimes. Are you satisfied now? Balto's voice sounded in Raid's ear. It's impossible for you to beat a captain on your own, after all. The sheer volume of your magic isn't enough. I'm also reaching my limit. You're through acting on your own. From now on, things are going to go as planned, all for our master. Looks like they are in the marked areas. He readied his mass teleportation spell while hiding in the mountain of corpses. In the Northwest District. My grimoire. Yuno noticed his grimoire started glowing green. What? Alectora spotted the growing black mass spreading underneath his and Mimosa's feet, Yuno's wind magic having lifted him into the air to avoid the trap. Everywhere else, similar black masses expanded under the Magic Knight's feet and transported them away. In the North District, the Magic Knight's mana. Noel instantly sensed the other Magic Knight's disappearance. This is unprecedented spatial magic. Fugolian instantly recognized the magic attribute of the caster. Was there another spellcaster? In the Northwest District. To think the great Magic Knights would all fall for a silly trap like that. Catherine mocked, sitting on her witch's broom in the air. How stupid can they be? I was supposed to play with the stragglers, but it looks like I won't have to bother. Now then, I'd better use this time to get some nice young mana. She licked her lips. Ash Curse Magic, Ash Absorbing Formation. She wasted no time in casting her mana draining spell on the hapless citizens. I guess someone was able to escape that spatial magic. She was blown apart from her next target by Yuno's tornado. You're hot in my type, she gushed, spotting the wind user. Want to have some fun with me? Get away from those people, you old hag. Yuno responded. I'll murder you. Catherine glared. Who are you calling old hag? Ash Curse Magic, Joyful Destructive Ash. She let loose a rain of Ash Curse Magic bullets at Yuno. These are curse bullets with various curses inside. You won't know what you'll get until they hit. She grinned. Yuno was using his wind magic to maneuver out of the bullets' paths. Who are you people? Yuno demanded, firing a wind blade which Catherine dodged. What are you after? Look at you, with such ample time to talk. Catherine mocked. I guess I'll tell you. We're here to eliminate someone. That's our goal. I'm definitely not telling you who, though. She fired off her charged-up curse bullets. In the North District. You're working with at least one other, Fugolian concluded. A spatial magic user must have infiltrated the royal capital. Where are they? Or have they already fled? No matter where you sent the rest of the Magic Knights, you don't have enough power to take over the royal capital. I can't imagine this was just to go after the king. You've made it clear that your motive is revenge. But what are you, and the others after overall? Our true motive, Raids chuckled, is you Fugolian Vermilion. A smaller blackout portal appeared under Fugolian's feet and transported him away. In the air of the Northwest District, Yuno lured the magic bullets closing in on him through an alleyway and used his Crescent Kamaitachi to take out the second wave of magic shots, only to be hit by 3 magic bullets Catherine had in reserve on his side, followed by another 3 more bullets on his back. Are you alright? Catherine mocked, bombarding Yuno with her continuous curse bullets. It looks like you're having a hard time getting around. I wonder what you've been hit with. My Ash Curse Magic, Joyful Destructive Ash works very gradually, she bragged. First, your eyes stop working, then your ears, and then your body stops working. You'll pay for having the insolence to call me an old hag. She laughed when Yuno released a tornado at her. Where are you aiming? You have to aim properly like this. She bombarded Yuno with another barrage of cursed bullets. If you say I'm sorry, miss, and adorably beg for your life, I'll forgive you. Not a chance, Yuno muttered, fading into unconsciousness. Come on, hurry up and beg for your life, Catherine urged. If you don't, I'll just have to kill you. Not yet. Yuno activated his new spell, having awakened Sylph. Mana is gathering. Catherine realized in shock as Yuno was encased in a wind sphere. This sensation, he's controlling the mana? Let me just tell you one thing about me, Yuno stated. I hate losing more than anything else. Wind Spirit Magic, Sylph's Breath. He fired the oversized wind blast at Catherine. With Rhiannon. So you've chosen one of my older brother figures as your host, Sylph. Rhiannon sensed the awakening of the wind spirit. Just like you did 500 years ago. Catherine crashed into the tower where Charmy and Chef Jamo were after being blown off by Yuno's large whirlwind. I need mana, the now aged witch realized. I need to steal some. She's overflowing with mana. She spotted Charmy. It's glistening on her skin. I need to steal it. Standing up, she stalked towards the half-dwarf. Give it to me. You mean? Charmy gasped. My food? No. Give it to me. Catherine ordered, unleashing her curse magic. This mana? Yuno had also followed after Catherine. That woman must be alive. I'm reaching my limit. He realized, his posture faltering. What is this overflowing magic? His eyes widened at the outsurge of mana flow. I told you. Charmy composed herself, opening her grimoire. I told you no. Cotton creation magic, sleeping sheep strike. She then summoned the cotton ram and had it absorb Catherine's curse magic, before letting it punch the witch out of the tower. None shall lay a finger on my food. On the streets, the gathered citizens watched as the defeated Catherine was taken into custody, the stolen youth returning back to their owners. My food! Charmy chased after the falling main course Chef Jamo made as her cotton ram dispelled. Her grief was short-lived when Yuno appeared, balancing the plate with his wind magic. In the North District, you be narrator. Leopold glared at Raids. What have you done to my brother? Leopold, he's not the spatial magic user. Noelle informed. That spell pinpointed him, so there's no way the spellcaster could have cast it from far away. Naruto? She blinked when the anti-magic user dashed towards a pile of defeated zombies. You're right there. Naruto swung the Demon Slayer's sword and forced Valtos out of hiding. I'm impressed you found me. Valtos had to use a portal to dodge the attack. I figured I'll be found if I use magic to transform, so I went to the trouble of making this filthy disguise. He removed his mask. It appears it's over now. Summoning a second portal, he dropped the armless Fugolian to the ground. Captain Fugolian's grimoire. Noelle noticed the fallen grimoire. It's still intact, that means he's still alive. We have to stop the bleeding. She tore off a piece of her cloak to bandage the gaping wound. If only Mimosa was here, his grimoire is breaking apart. She gasped, seeing Fugolian's grimoire was starting to disappear. Leopold, help me. That's what you get for talking down to me earlier. Raids grinned and struck the shell-shocked Leopold back. A righteous heart? He stalked towards Noelle. I've always been true to myself. Keep yapping in the next world, Fugolian Vermilion. We've completed our mission. Valtos reminded. We're leaving before the other magic knights come back, Raids. He summoned a portal beneath Raid's feet. Hold it right there. Naruto growled. Dashing forward, he pulled out the Demon Dweller's sword and tossed it at the portal, nullifying the magic. Not good. Valtos muttered, Naruto slashing Raid's cheek with the Demon Slayer's sword. He summoned another portal, only to have Naruto erase it as well. This is pain. Naruto hammered a punch across Raid's face. That is what you did to innocent people as you laughed about it. Getting hurt and bleeding are signs of being weak. Raids retorted. Those who lack magic should get their asses beat by those who are more powerful, especially pieces of trash, like you who don't have any magic. He threw a cursed magic bullet at Naruto, who just dispelled it with a slash of the Demon Dweller's sword. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen. Naruto slammed a headbutt on Raid's nose. And even those without magic can become the best. Valtos, do something. Raids knew he was in a losing battle. If I could, I would have by now. Valtos replied. That anti-magic is more troublesome than I'd imagined. Looks like we're going to have to take care of him first. He summoned another portal, and had it creep behind Naruto. Naruto, look out! Noelle shouted a warning. Too late. Valtos grinned, about to throw his charged-up curse magic shot at Naruto, when Leopold's fire blast forced him to dodge. This isn't good. We can't afford to lose Raids, too. Pathetic. George rebuked. You're struggling against this lot. How pathetic. No one asked for your help. Raid snorted as another 5 mages arrived in a wall of wind. You should be thanking us. Sally whined. If we hadn't arrived, you definitely would have been captured and dissected alive. It looks like the tables have turned. Raids remarked, and turned to the grinning Naruto, who then used the Demon Dweller's sword to remove the curse on him. All I've ever faced since I was born was adversity. Naruto stated, the 5 mages charged up their magic blasts. No matter how many come at me, no matter what happens, I'll blast them all away. It seems he's lost his mind in the face of our numbers. George remarked. Whatever. Sally shrugged. He's about to die anyway. It's no use fighting. George drawled, the 5 mages bombarding Naruto with their magic blasts. So that's him. Sally grinned, Naruto having nullified the attacks by spinning, like a tornado, with the Demon Slayer's sword. So, this is the anti-magic brat our master spoke of, George noted. Fire magic, wild bursting flame. Leopold also joined in the fight. You think I'm going to let you people throw your way around after what you did to my brother? The fireball spilt the eye of the Midnight Sun Mage's formation. Hurry up and kill them, Raids barked. They aren't our targets, George reminded. But we'll kill them now. Noel C. Dragon's Nest shield blocked out the net magic bombardment. Judging from your appearance, you must be a member of the Royal Silva family, one of the mages using tree magic concluded. In that case, I'll use my grimoire against you. I wouldn't want to be rude. Tree creation magic, magic draining roots. He had the summoned roots absorb the water barrier. Your fighting instincts are admirable, George told his two adversaries. Wind creation magic, piercing tornado needles. He took out Naruto and Leopold by piercing their bodies with his wind spears. Now, let's end this. He let loose another rain of piercing tornado needles at the two down youngsters when his attack was blocked off by a spiraling shield of solidified mercury. The Magic Knights, George hissed, the other Magic Knights, who had been transported away reappearing. How dare you send us that far away? Alekdora faced off against Valtos. Impossible. Valtos was shocked. They managed to return here from that distance away so quickly? We really didn't want to, but we all worked together to get back, Alekdora admitted. I suppose you can call it super compound magic. Our 9 Magic Knight squads exist solely to protect the peace of the Clover Kingdom, Nozel stated. Mimosa, please take care of Captain Fugolian, Noel requested. How could something like this happen to someone like Captain Fugolian? Mimosa was shocked at Fugolian's severe injury and wasted no time in activating her Princess Healing Flower robe. They put Captain Fugolian and the others in such a state. Even Klaus was stunned by the fighters' injuries. It'll cost us if we keep fighting, Valtos informed George. Let's retreat. Don't be in such a hurry. Nozel was not about to let the intruders escape. Mercury magic, silver rain. Gel magic, sticky salamander, Sally countered. My magic will just pierce through magic like that. Nozel was confident. And then? Sally grinned, taking out a giant syringe. Dark magic tool, special properties plus alpha absorbed. She injected the liquid booster into the gel salamander, allowing it to absorb the silver bullets. With a hand gesture, she had her summon snatch Naruto. What do you plan to do with him? Nozel demanded. It's a secret. Sally winked. Remember this, Magic Knights, George declared. We are the Eye of the Midnight Sun, the ones who will destroy the Clover Kingdom. Just as Valtos was about to teleport his comrades away, Sally's sticky salamander was suddenly dissipated, and the unconscious Naruto rolled out from Valtos' portal's reach. Such a powerful spell nullification ability. Charlotte was astonished. It could only be her, Nozel confirmed. Right now, strengthening the royal capital's defenses takes priority. How are the 3 of them doing? He asked Mimosa. The best I can do is first aid, Mimosa replied, encasing all 3 injured mages in her dream healing flower basket. He needs to be taken to the medical ward for more advanced healing or else. We are Magic Knights, Nozel stated. Our existence is pointless unless we win. As we are not present at the fight, we are even less than he is. He cut off Solid's mocking. Strengthen the defenses, so that there won't be further damages. At the Eye of the Midnight Sun's hideout. Hi there. Julius greeted the returning Eye of the Midnight Sun mages. I've been waiting for you. He's... Raids gaped. The Wizard King, Julius Namacrono? How was the royal capital? Julius asked. Kill him, George ordered. Julius acting instantly, using his time magic to teleport in front of the Eye of the Midnight Sun mages and blasted the first 2 mages away. I killed him, he informed. It'd be too difficult with your numbers. Restraining all of you, I mean. You guys attacked the royal capital, right? He threw out the tree construct the tree mage sent at him. You didn't actually kill people without being ready to die yourselves, did you? That being said, you all seem pretty skilled. You'll probably give me some trouble. How about it? I'll let one of you survive, so why not surrender? It'll be first come, first served. What do you think? Don't underestimate us. The remaining mages snapped and released their attack barrage, only to have Julius dodge each blast effortlessly. I guess I don't have a choice. Julius teleported behind them. I might be able to handle these numbers. Time restraining magic, chronostasis. He locked at Eye of the Midnight Sun mages in a time stasis sphere. I guess I was able to restrain all of you. Were you more worn out than I thought? See how it feels to live in one unending moment. All of you had some interesting magic, he told his captives. I was surprised. Now then, I have some questions for you all. He approached the stone tablet placed on the platform with magic stones embedded in some of the holes. What are these jewels and this stone slab? I've never seen these characters or patterns before. What are you trying to accomplish with this? Oh well, it's not like you can answer that you're in that spell. I guess we can take our time back at the Clover Kingdom to talk about this. Something's coming? He sensed the magical aura of another presence. Just Patali floated down from the air in a blinding light. Looks like he got to me, Julius remarked, after the light died down and his captives had vanished. He took all of his little friends back. Light magic faster than my own. I wonder if that was the enemy's boss. He seems interesting. I mean formidable. But I managed to keep one. He turned to the still trapped George. I finally got through. Marks opened the communication. Wizard King, where are you? Hello, Marks. Julius beamed. Sorry about that. I've been a bit busy, so I blocked the communication spell. Never mind that, Marks urged. Please hurry to the medical ward. Outside the medical ward, the medics were hard at work healing the two Vermilion brothers. We've strengthened the magic barrier and repaired the communication spells, Alecdora reported back. We've gathered more magic knights and are having them scout every inch of the town to ensure no enemy remain. Thank you for the hard work. Rhiannon nodded. I'm sure the royal capital is fine now, Freyaheim, Hammond assured. This magic. Alecdora sensed the arrival of Julius. Everyone, great work. The Wizard King appeared with his captive still within his time stasis bubble. Is that an enemy? Sol blinked. I see, Julius noted after he was brought up to date. Despite how strong Fugolian is, we don't know when he'll wake up. That was a miscalculation on my part. No, this was due to our inexperience that resulted in Freya Sama having to use her own magic to reinforce the magic barrier, Charlotte insisted. We've confirmed the pendant Fugolian was wearing was missing. Pendant? Julius echoed. Could that what they were after? Charlotte wondered. Who in the world could they be? From what they said, they appear to be a terrorist group with a grudge against the kingdom, Julius replied. But it doesn't seem to be that simple. The jewels embedded into that stone slab, he frowned. Was Fugolian's pendant a part of that? It had several holes that were still empty, but what happens when they gather all of them? There is a possibility that Fugolian was targeted because of his pendant, but there's also a high possibility that his strength and ideals would have gotten in their way. I've been investigating the various dissidents in secret, and this is the first time I've picked up their trail. But to think they were planning something that extraordinary and powerful, maybe I shouldn't have left the capital. We'll get the details from our captive later, he informed the Magic Knights. In any case, the people look to the Magic Knights for one thing, peace in the Clover Kingdom. In order to preserve that, we'll keep fighting with everything we have. If you'll excuse me. Nozel led Nebra and Solid away. Looks like our enemy has awakened the sleeping hawk instead. Rhiannon chuckled, knowing that despite their differences, Nozel and Fugolian saw the other as valued comrades. I hope I never feels this useless again, Hammond sighed. We shall become stronger, Charlotte declared. I'm the one who will become the strongest, Leopold swore. I will surpass my brother. And this? He ignited a flame on his thumb and pressed it on his forehead, branding a similar mark as Fugolian. This is the mark of my oath. Julius. Rhiannon turned to the Wizard King. Should we call her back? Sometime after pacifying the citizens. I don't want to believe it, but there's a traitor among the mages in the royal capital, Julius concluded. In the underground interrogation room afterwards. It's no use. Mark shook his head. There's some kind of protection on them, and I can't search for information. Even if there wasn't, we'd never talk. Catherine grinned. Our master is the light in the darkness. He's our god. He's the only one who hasn't abandoned us, George added. We will never betray him. In the courtyard later. Apparently, their master has some absolute unifying force and fearsome magical power. Marks mused. I'm assuming the one who defeated Captain Fugolian is also their master. When he wakes up, we may learn something. Julius agreed. Let us wait for the Lion King to wake up. Chapter 9. Light Magic versus Dark Magic. Time passes. Take care of the children for me, the impaled Sister Teresa muttered. In any battlefield, the victims are always the weak. It was always the innocent children. It's because I wanted to protect the children that I left the battlefield to become a sister. What are you talking about? Patali, in his lit guise, mocked as his light sword of judgment spell vanished from the aged sister's body. All of you are born sinners. What? Naruto snarled, pulling out the Demon Slayer's sword. You poor thing, Sally. Patali turned to the injured Sally. Look at how much they've hurt you. Lick Sama. Sally mumbled. Rest, my child. Patali soothed. Valtos. He transported Sally away for healing via Valto's portal. There's no need for you to feel responsible, he assured the spatial mage. I'm sure they use some underhanded methods. Who are you calling underhanded? Naruto snapped. Look at what you did to all those innocent children. She mentioned earlier that the victims on the battlefield are always the weak, Patali reminded. That is incorrect. The victims are the strong, indeed, feared, discriminated against, persecuted, and stolen from. That is why we will not forgive the Clover Kingdom. This time, we will destroy you and create our own kingdom. What the hell are you even talking about? Naruto demanded. You're the ones who attacked first, you jerk. Patali silenced him by firing a light sword of judgment into his thigh. Shut your filthy mouth, he growled. You're an eyesore. Why does someone like you have that grimoire? I'm not done yet, Naruto swore. That won't work, Patali said. I'm taking that grimoire back. He fired a light beam at Naruto, only to have Yami deflect the attack. Captain Yami, Naruto gawked. What are you doing here? Why am I here? The former Hino country resident scoffed. I'm a little lost. Give me some directions. I was joking, you dumbass. He glared at the younger swordsman. We're magic knights. Of course, we're going to show up. Didn't I tell you to take the day off? So what's his deal? He noticed Patali. Apparently, he's the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, Naruto supplied. I thought he'd be some big, burly guy who could eat a cow in a single gulp, but he's just a scrawny-ass beanpole, Yami mused. That's the Black Bull's captain, Valtos informed Patali. Shall I summon the third eye? There's no need. Patali was confident. I've always wanted to fight him, since he uses dark magic. Finral-senpai, please get the kids and everyone else back to town, Naruto requested. I can still fight. I finally get a chance to see Captain Yami in action. There's no way I'm leaving. More importantly, get to the old hag, Ghost barked. So cool, Naruto gushed after Yami deflected Patali's attack and allowing Finral to retreat. How'd you stop that? What's up with that sword? This is a weapon called a katana from my homeland, the land of the sun, Yami replied. Anyway, just watch. Light magic, light sword of judgment. Patali charged up another barrage of light swords. How about this then? He stated, seeing Yami deflect his attack effortlessly. He teleported behind Yami, charging up an energy blast from his palm, only to have the dark mage dispel the attack with a slash of his katana. So, this is the power of the great magic knight heretic, he grinned. Have I met you somewhere before? Yami found his opponent familiar, before thrusting his blade at Patali's neck. I'm pretty sure I don't know anyone who uses light magic, he added. Patali was dodging each of his strikes. Who the hell are you? He demanded, using his dark magic to cloak his blade and enabling him to cut through Patali's attacks. And what's so fun about all of this? Let me tell you a fable. Patali begun. Long ago, in a certain village, there lived a people with very strong magic. They were loved by mana. They changed the weather and manipulated ley lines. They had the power to rival the gods. The humans from outside the village worshipped them as such. However, gradually, the humans grew to fear their power. They envied it and wanted it. They tricked them, massacred them, and stole their powers. What's that got to do with you? Yami asked. I've got a little story too. He used the cave wall as leverage to get closer to Patali. In a certain plan, there was a pure young man. His folks were fishermen, and they started sending him out to fish from a young age. And then he got shipwrecked. He plunged his katana into the wall, and used the momentum to backflip and meet Patali head-on, and was washed ashore in a strange country. Since his race and culture were different, he went through some nasty stuff there. But he kicked all their asses and became the boss of a group. The two adversaries broke off the fight. That's half my life, actually. As a foreigner, I suppose my story had nothing to do with you, Patali admitted. Would you mind stepping off the stage, then? He readied another barrage of light sword of judgment. I wonder how long you can avoid a fatal blow. Are you the guy who took out Fugolian? Yami asked, still blocking out Patali's sped-up attack. I am, Patali admitted, although I laid my plans carefully and had him walk into a trap. I figured, Yami remarked, you'd never take down that king of hard noses with stuff like that. Dodging Patali's attack barrage, he closed in on the light magic user and forcing Patali into a brief sword fight. The two opponents jumped back to dodge a light sword and Yami took to running in a circle to avoid getting hit by Patali. Closing in on Patali, Yami continued his relentless slashing and taking the fight to the cave ceiling. Turning around, he let loose a dark magic slash that cut the stalactites. With a dark magic-infused punch, he sent one of the stone spikes at Patali. Patali defended by cutting the spike into cubes. Dark magic, dark cloak to Vidya slash. Yami's next attack cut through Patali's light swords and landing a cut on Patali's cheek. Trap? I'm sure you wouldn't have been able to win without doing something underhanded. This time, come right at me. Brat, were you watching that? Now I'll try the same thing. Like I can actually do that? Naruto panicked. Of course I can't. So, this is dark magic. Patali was impressed. Light healing magic, healing ray of light. He healed the cut. Get ready. Yami told his subordinate. Not in the middle of fighting. Naruto protested. I don't have any magic. I don't mean the last attack I did. Yami deafened. I'm saying the thing before that. I'll just explain it just once. The reason I've been able to react to the attacks is because of something called ki from back in my homeland. People looking at you, the sound of their breathing, their smell, the motions of their muscles, the vague sense that they're there. Ki is the blanket term for all the different types of life energy the human body emits. I read that ki and predicted his next move, then made mine. You've done that before, haven't you? He reminded. When I do it, I combine it with magic and muscle, and fight that way. I guess it's like being a magic swordsman or something. He's just full of surprises, Patali remarked. To think he can keep up with this speed as well. I cannot allow him to trouble you any further, Lick-sama. Valtos declared. I know this is impertinent of me, but would you allow me to assist you? Thank you, Valtos. Patali smiled. You're always so helpful. In that case, that boy. He turned to Naruto. Would you capture him? You may injure him slightly if need be. An easy task. Valtos charged up his mana and fired the magic blast at the awestruck Naruto. That was close. Naruto gawked after Yami blocked the attack. Perfect timing. Yami grinned. Practice on that scrawny dude with the slanty eyes. Surpass your limits, right here, right now. Someone with no magic like you could never stop my attacks. Valtos was confident as Naruto centered himself. You just reacted with your ears that time. Yami rebuked, Naruto managing to deflect most of Valtos' attack. That ain't key. Use all 5 senses, and sense it with your whole body. You can't just rely on your ears or your eyes. Visualize something halfway between instinct and a prediction. You're there. Naruto centered his concentration and deflected Valtos' next attack back at him. How dare you? Patali growled. Harm Valtos? I cannot allow people like you to harm my comrades ever again. The path this spell traces resembles the motions of a whip. He readied the Bright Judgment Whip spell. Can you predict its movements? It said that whips were used to punish criminals once upon a time. That makes it a perfect fit for you too. Light creation magic, Bright Judgment Whip. He let the spell rampage. It's useless to struggle. He laughed, the light whip tearing the entire cave down. I held back most of my magic. He dispelled the whip after the cave-in. It's all really too fragile. Both this world and you fools. What? Valtos was shocked when Yami and Naruto broke free from the rubble they were buried in. If you concentrate like that, you can sense the ki of natural objects too. Yami laughed, releasing the black cocoon he had used to shield both Naruto and himself. That way, you'll never get killed by stuff like falling rocks. Now, take it up a notch and go after the white dude with the round eyebrows, he instructed. Actually, scratch that, he corrected himself. I told him that I'd show him the power of a captain, so I'll do it. You can go tackle that scrawny line-faced dude. Now then, he grinned. It's been a while since I've let loose. He expanded his aura, using his mana to augment his speed. Patali flew back to dodge the sword slash, and sent down a rain of light sword of judgment at Yami, which the Black Bull's captain deflected with his katana. Channeling his dark magic into his blade, Yami slashed through the last remnant of the light sword of judgment and jumped straight at Patali. Patali redirected his next light sword of judgment barrage of Yami, closing a fist to have the light arrows to close in on the dark magic user. Yami burst through the attack with a single dark magic slash. Sensing Patali behind him, he swung his katana, and Patali flew back to dodge the blade, before extending a Bright Judgment Whip to seal the sword. Patali proceeded to swing Yami around and into the cave walls, Yami using his dark magic to burn through the light magic spell, and scale the walls to dodge the incoming light sword of judgment. Dark magic, dark cloak to Vidya slash. Yami countered Patali's heaven-splitting flash. Just as I thought, Patali mused. My magic is being drawn in. So, this is the power of dark magic. But now that I know that, it'll be impossible for you to get me. You were in the middle of some weird story, Yami reminded. But that wasn't the end of it, was it? That grimoire means you're a citizen of the Clover Kingdom. Why attack your own country? He jumped to attack Patali, canceling out the summon light sword of judgment with his dark magic. Realizing that Yami would just neutralize his light swords, Patali decided to attack the dark magic user at close range by summoning a light sword. After several clashes with no result, Patali turned his light sword into a bright judgment whip and lashed out at Yami. "You're wide open." He appeared behind the falling dark magic user, lashing the light whip at Yami's back, the Black Bull's captain canceling the attack with his dark magic slashes. "He left himself wide open, so I'd let my guard down. Yami Sukahiro, you are a worthy foe." "Answer me," Yami demanded, Patali having dodged his blade. "What's your real goal here? Since you're a foreigner, I'm sure you noticed them too," Patali replied. "The distortions in this country. Some of them are on the brink of death from starvation, but others have so much excess food that they throw it away. People are ranked by how much and how little magic they have, but some have great magic, yet are discriminated against for reasons of birth. Some are hurt in the name of justice, because they were born in another country. We were born from these distortions, in order to correct them." "I'm not seeing the point here," Yami admitted. "Aren't you trying to do the same things these distorted people are doing? Are you sane?" "Perfectly sane," Patali replied. "Let me answer your sins with sin. So you're gonna have it your way, no matter what." Yami realized there was no talking Patali out of it. "I like guys like that. But—" He shot upwards through the open cave roof. "I hate your guts." He set a dark magic slash at Patali, who used the bright judgment whip to dodge the slash. Patali then used the light whip to break the ground into rock cubes. Dodging Yami 2 more times, he combined the light whip with another light sword of judgment barrage, which Yami evaded and closed in on Patali for close combat. "Lick-sama, please allow me to assist you," Valtos requested. "Brat." Yami slammed a fist on the gaping Naruto's head. "Why are you wimping out? I left that scrawny guy to you. Do something about him in your own way. You won't get me," Valtos swore, seeing Naruto charge at him. "Spatial magic, myriad black. You may be able to see what's coming, but can you block all of these?" In retaliation, Naruto deflected all the magic bullets back into the portals they were shot from, and Valtos used the distraction to enter a portal he manifested under his feet and into the control space of the myriad black spell. "This will go on forever, until you can't move anymore," Valtos declared and released another barrage of magic bullets. "You dare defy Lick-sama despite having no magic. You will pay with your life. You threw away your own weapons?" He was shocked when Naruto tossed the Demon Slayer sword and Demon Dweller sword away. "In that case, I'll take you out with an extra big one." Naruto turned and leapt through the newly opened portal and knocked Valtos out of the control space with a punch to the nose. "You just punched him in the face." Yami burst out laughing. "You let your guard down again," Patali stated, readying to take Yami's back. "That'd be you," Yami countered, canceling the light whip with his dark magic. "Dark magic, black hole." He immobilized Patali. "And dark cloak, black blade." He ended the fight. "You got me," Patali admitted. "It's probably within 5 meters. The range is definitely limited, but to think there was a magic that could stop my own magic and stop me from moving. Dark magic is amazing. The one attribute that's the natural enemy of my light magic. However, dark magic is extremely slow. Light has absolute speed, making them polar opposites as well. That's why you cloaked your weapon in darkness and created a combat style that uses reinforcement magic to compensate. I'll admit it, you're the second person I've met with the power of defeat me. But I sadly can't waste my time with you. This is currently my greatest magic. Speed you cannot avoid? A spell with such a range and high output that pulling it in with that spell you used won't do any good. You will meet your end the moment I release this, Captain of the Black Bulls. Boy," he addressed Naruto. "You will also be punished for hurting Valtos and return the grimoire." "Dark magic, black cocoon." Yami put up the magic shield. "Did we come to the wrong place?" Thenral winced, returning to the fight with Gauche in tow. "Light magic, light shaft of divine punishment." Patali cast his spell just as Gauche entered a summon mirror. "Mirror magic, full reflection." Gauche teleported in between Yami's darkness sphere and the incoming light ray and reflected the attack back at Patali. As the 4 Black Bulls squad mages waited for Thenral's magic to recover, Yami's senses picked up a mana signature. As if on cue, a portal opened and Raya, Veto, and Fana stepped out of it. "Who the heck are those guys?" Thenral asked. "Looks like reinforcements," Yami replied. "Spatial magic?" Naruto gasped. "But that guy's passed out." He turned to the restrained Valtos. "So why? This definitely doesn't look good." A yawning Raya looked around. "Looks like Licht and Val are in a bit of trouble. I'm usually pretty lazy, but I gotta save my friends." Using his copied spatial magic, he teleported in front of Yami. "That's a unique design." He touched the grimoire. Not that it really matters. Dark magic, dark cloak of Vidya slash. Yami lashed out. You're annoying. Raya winced, managing to dodge the attack. This should be easy to fix, so whatever. Light healing magic, healing ray of light. He closed up the wound. I apologize, Patali voiced. My strength alone wasn't enough. Lick, does it hurt? Vanna asked. It's okay now. Fire healing magic, phoenix feathers robe. She burned off the dark magic strands and healed Patali. Who do you think you are? Ghost demanded. Licked, it's pain in the butt if you try to shoulder everything yourself. Raya chided. How dare you insects do that to my comrades? Veto glared. Unforgivable. I'll storm you like ants and rip you apart, like I'm ripping wings off a butterfly. I hate those who have hurt Licked, Vanna declared. Allow me to introduce them, Patali stated. They are the strongest three in the Eye of the Midnight Sun. In combat, they surpass me. The third eye. Just as the name suggests, your kingdom takes the clover as its symbol. Within the clover leaves are pleasant words that do not suit you. Namely, faith, hope, and love. I've given them names that mean the opposite of those. With a name meaning the opposite of faith, Raya the disloyal. With a name meaning the opposite of hope, Veto the despair. A name meaning the opposite of love, Vanna the hateful. I will kill those who have hurt Licked, Vanna swore. I will kill you. Those names sound great and all, but your names aren't enough to tell us how strong you are, Yami pointed out. I guess we'll just have to prove it to you, even though it's a pain in the butt. Raya shrugged, summoning a dark magic blade like Yami's. Copy magic, dark cloak of Vidya slash. He replicated Yami's attack. Don't go ripping off people's magic, Yami complained. I'm gonna sue you for copyright infringement. He countered the black magic energy blade with his own. Pay attention. Veto jumped into the fray. Beast magic, bear claw. The three younger Black Bulls members jumped back to dodge the attack, Naruto taking the opportunity to pull out the Demon Slayer sword. Stupid mosquitoes and dragonflies, Veto sneered, gunning straight for Finral, only for Yami to intercept and making the beast magic user dodge the strike. Beast magic, bear claw. He changed his target to Yami, slashing away with his magically enhanced claws at Yami's katana, the final strike snapping it into half. Now, let me see the despair in your faces, little mice. That makes you taste the best. You be Naruto'd, Yami snapped. This katana was custom made and crazy expensive. You better pay for that. I haven't even finished paying this thing off. He cursed, his brief moment of distraction allowing Vanna to unleash a fire spirit magic, Salamander's breath at them. I hate you, Vanna mumbled. I'll never forgive you. I'll kill you. Salamander. Yami instantly recognized the spirit of fire perched on Vanna's shoulder. That must be spirit magic. Vanna the hateful, was it? Nobody likes hysterical chicks, you know. Hope you're ready. Veto grinned. I'll return Lick's pain hundreds of times over, Vanna promised. You guys stay put, Yami instructed, stepping forward to defend his subordinates. As expected, you won't go down easily, Patali praised. But you're wasting your time. Each of them is stronger than a Magic Knight captain. I think it's about time we end this, Raya noted. Fire spirit magic, Salamander's breath. Vanna fired her attack with Raya and Veto following suit. Just then, a light flash appeared and Charlotte's Briar Vine shot through from the portal, followed by Nozel's Mercury Needle Rain and Jack's magic blades. Looks like you're having fun, Yami, Jack grinned. Let us play too. Stronger than a Magic Knight captain? Why don't we test out that theory? Man, another second or two, and something would have awakened in me, Yami whined. What are doing to do about this, you lousy so-called friends? I'm amazed you can even say those words when you look like that, Nozel mocked. Honestly, how pathetic are you that you actually have to rely on us? Charlotte chided. Harsh as always, Yami teased. And? What's our Heim-sama doing here? It's been too long, everyone. Rhiannon greeted the reincarnated elves. Over 500 years, I believe. You're... Patali's eyes widened in recognition. Karis. I will kill those who harm Licked, Vanna muttered. All of them. Nozel, Charlotte, Jack, can the three of you hold them back for a while? Rhiannon requested. I'm going to have a talk with their leader. Now then, Jack declared. Let's get things started. I'll chop all of you up. The Eye of the Midnight Sun. Charlotte frowned. We have plenty of questions for you, Nozel declared. Reinforcements, huh? Veto noted. No fair, Yami, Jack complained. You were hogging these fun-looking enemies all to yourself. Are they worth slicing up? Not at all, Yami replied. They're pretty much like paper. I was about to finish them off when you butted in, you jerk. Yeah, right. Jack scoffed. Look how beat up you are. Beat up? Yami echoed. Who are you talking about? How long are you just going to sit there? Charlotte rebuked. You're so pathetic for a man. The Eye of the Midnight Sun. Nozel started. Its leader and top brass, the top brass of the traitors who attacked our country, are all in a row. What a perfect opportunity. I'll bury them with my own hands. You sure about that? Yami asked. From the sounds of it, our Heimsalman knows these guys. Very well, Veto declared. True despair lies at the end of an endless battle, and the despair of the strongest fighters is the ultimate spice. We're hunting some rats. Let's go! You seem pretty excited, Veto. Raya snorted. What a pain. Whatever. He shrugged. I guess we can give Licht and Karis-chan some time to talk. So, I call dibs on that pretty lady. He shot straight toward Charlotte. If I win, we're going drinking together. If you win? Charlotte retorted. In that case, we'll never raise glasses together. Briar creation magic, corpse hunting briar tree. There. Raya deflected the first vine wave. Whoa. He dodged the subsequent attacks. Slash magic, death scythe. Jack faced off against Veto. You get to fight me, big guy. The praying mantis knight. Veto was intrigued. You dare fight me, insect? I'll tear off your limbs and wings while you're still alive. Bear claw. The one I have business with is you. Nozel glared at the recovering Petali. Mercury magic, silver spear. You want to hurt Licht too? Then a salamander's breath burned out the attack. I hate you. Die. Karis. The still healing Petali addressed the second incarnation of Freya. How long are you going to keep on the Licht charade, Petali? Rhiannon inquired. Whatever do you mean? Petali asked back. Even though this is my second reincarnation, I still retain my memories from 500 years ago, Rhiannon stated. Do you really think I'm that easily fooled, Petali? Your magic knights are strong, Karis. Petali admitted, dropping off all pretense in front of his former crush. But they cannot defeat the third eye because we are loved by mana. So, this must be some kind of mistake. He was still befuddled by Naruto. For that mere human with no magical powers, who isn't loved by mana, to have that grimoire. I must hurry and retrieve it. Even if you did get the grimoire back, you won't be able to use it, would you, Petali? Rhiannon reminded. After all, it isn't Licht's four-leaf clover grimoire anymore. Just then, Yami jumped out from Fiddle's portal overhead, his broken katana drawn. I figured you'll try that. Petali turned, charging up his heaven-splitting flash, only to find Naruto had also shot through the smoke cloud, the Demon Slayer sword drawn. Not giving up, Naruto roared. Is my magic. He landed a blow on Petali. Get away from Rhiannon. Thanks for believing I'd take a shot at you. Yami taunted. I believed in our no-magic idiot. He then landed the finishing blow. How'd you like that? Naruto grinned. No magic in that attack. Same with my attack. Yami beamed, landing on Naruto. Licht. The third eye members gasped in shock. What in the world? Rhiannon was forced to jump back when Petali's magic aura exploded, Naruto's anti-magic sword having released the seal on his magic. Crap. Veto cursed. Because of that brat's anti-magic attack, the sealing magic on Licht has been broken. That power's being held back for that day that's to come. Raya breathed. Why? Petali demanded. Why do you have that grimoire? Why do you have the Demon Slayer sword and Demon Dweller sword? Those swords belong to the Master. All these about getting something back or something belonging to the Master. Naruto growled. What the heck are you even talking about? This crappy grimoire and these crappy swords belong to me. Stop making false accusations, you crazy Benaritord. Give them back, Petali demanded. That grimoire is our master's grimoire and swords. He let his rising magic ripple outwards. A human like you shouldn't have them. Sorry, pretty lady. Raya broke off his fight. We'll have to finish this next time. If this keeps up, you won't last, Licht. Veto reminded, hurrying back to their leader. Trinity seal magic. The three third eye mages proceeded to seal off Petali's expanding magic. Enchantment, I'll Aegis. Rhiannon reinforced the seal magic with her own augmentation spell. You worked a little too hard there, Licht. Raya chided. Did you and Karis-chan have a nice chat? Let's go, Valley. He grabbed Valtos. Our boss isn't feeling too good, so we're gonna head home for today. He addressed the Magic Knights. We lost this time, Veto admitted. But the next time we meet, I'll show you what true despair means. Rodents fall prey to the carnivores. We, the Eye of the Midnight Sun, are always watching you. Using Valtos' spatial magic, the Eye of the Midnight Sun disappeared. They were giving their all, Charlotte realized. A day later in the evening. Wizard King Freya-sama, Marks addressed his leaders. I have sent a message to all of the Magic Knight captains regarding tomorrow's conference. Thank you, Marks. Julius nodded. I don't want to believe it, but it's clear that there's traitor among us who's connected to the Eye of the Midnight Sun. And we'll find out who it is tomorrow. But are you sure this is going to work? Marks was skeptical. It all depends on Naruto and I, Rhiannon stated. Rhiannon? Julius turned serious. Yami's report indicated that you are familiar with the enemy. Freya-sama? Marks blinked. Julius, Marks, the two of you know this is my second incarnation, yes? Rhiannon reminded. And I still retain the memories of my previous life. Does that mean? Marks's eyes widened, realizing what Rhiannon was implying. Our enemies are acquainted with the First Lady Freya? Julius, Marks, how much do you know about the elves? Rhiannon posted a question. The next day. We've been waiting for you. Marks greeted the arriving Yami and Naruto. Captain of the Black Bulls, Yami Sukahiro, and Naruto. My name is Marks. Marks realized this was the first time he spoke to Naruto face to face. I'm the Wizard King's advisor. It'll take a bit more time to finish preparing for the conference, so please wait with the other captains. Would you come with me, Naruto? In the palace's underground dungeon. Naruto, great work again. Julius greeted the anti-magic user. Sorry to bring you here when you're probably still tired, but you're the only one who can use the anti-magic sword. Wizard King. Rhiannon coughed before Julius went off tangent. Sorry about that. Julius chuckled. All right, Naruto. Could you give it a try? What's the deal with that brat? Catherine frowned. This isn't good. George muttered as Naruto walked towards them, the Demon Slayer sword drawn. That's the brat who uses anti-magic. He's planning on breaking the protection spell that's on our memories. Don't touch me, you stupid brat. Catherine panicked. Her warning came too late when Naruto tapped the sword's cross-guard on their foreheads. Now, Marks, Julius instructed. Memory communication magic, memoir absolute. Marks went to work. What is this? Naruto gawked at the memory link map appearing at the top of the captives' heads. I've made a connection directly into their heads, and this spell allows me to get answers from their true memories. Marks explained. Now, they won't be able to hide anything anymore. I will ask you both a few questions. He started the interrogation. Answer me honestly. In the conference room. I apologize for keeping you waiting. Marks addressed the gathered Magic Knights captain via his communication projection. Everything is ready. So, if you'd hold the conference in another room. You come here. Yami glared. In the palace's underground dungeon. What do you need, Wizard King, Lady Freya? William inquired. The Magic Knights captains had assembled in the dungeon. Those two are from the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Charlotte recognized the captives. Did you learn something from them? A couple of things, thanks to Marks and Naruto. Julius replied. I suppose this is the biggest one. We've learned that there is a traitor among you who is working for the Eye of the Midnight Sun. The Eye of the Midnight Sun is led by a man named Licht who owns a 4-leaf grimoire. Julius started with the basics. They are a terrorist group he formed 6 years ago, and they hold a grudge against the Clover Kingdom. They have about 50 mages who are members. Among them are their leader, Licht, as well as the 3 they call the Third Eye, Raya, Vito, and Fana. They are much stronger than the other members. They all hold a strong grudge against the Clover Kingdom, and they use that to justify their terrorist attacks. Their endgame is to have an independent country of their own. That about covers everything, doesn't it? Yes. The captured George and Catherine droned in monotone. And this is the most important bit of information, Julius added. We've learned that there is a traitor among you who is working for the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Now, would you kindly tell us which one of the captains is the traitor who aided the Eye of the Midnight Sun? Tell us their name. It's the captain of the Purple Orcus, Geldra Poiset. George and Catherine answered. Impossible, Geldra gasped. What are you talking about? They're terrorists that attacked our beloved nation. You'd actually believe what they're saying? As if I'd betray the Clover Kingdom. I'd rather not say this, but I've heard a few dark rumors about you, Charlotte stated. It's not just a few, Nozel corrected. We've heard many. Come to think of it, I've heard plenty of rumors like that, Yami added. Apparently, they aren't all false. Charlotte frowned. I knew you were probably up to something sketchy, but this is just. Yami growled. Don't be ridiculous, Geldra protested. This must be some kind of mistake. They're trying to frame me as a traitor. He accused the captives. They're only telling me what they know, plain and simple. Marks refuted. Information obtained by my memory exchange magic is absolute. You heard him, hard him. Yami scoffed. I'm not hard, Geldra objected. We'll just make this easy, Rhiannon spoke. Let Marx access your memories. Freya-sama is right, Marx concurred. If you're truly innocent, you should. You're behaving shamelessly, Geldra, Charlotte declared. You will pay for betraying the kingdom with your death, Nozel swore. So it really is you, Naruto hissed. Because of you, Captain Fugolian was. This is some sort of trap, Geldra insisted. I'll clear my name. This is a strategic retreat. Permeation creation magic, invisible great mage. He turned himself invisible to make his escape. He's actually trying to escape? Yami cursed. This isn't good, Charlotte realized. His permeation magic makes him invisible for a set amount of time, and all spells will go through him. Meaning while he's invisible, our attacks won't do anything. Yami translated. Permeation creation magic, invisible soldiers. Geldra summoned his invisible knights to buy himself time. We can't let him just get away, Charlotte reminded, binding the attacking soldiers with her vines. Dorothy, this isn't the time to be sleeping. Rill whined, on the defensive with his painting magic. What are we going to do? Jack sliced through the knights with his slash magic. We can't catch him if we can't see him. Yami. William turned to his longtime friend. There's nothing to be worried about, Yami assured, just as Geldra was nearing the exit. You're right there. Naruto charged straight towards Geldra, nullifying his permeation magic with the Demon Slayer's sword. You shouldn't have been able to see me, Geldra gaped. How were you able to attack me? With the other Magic Knight captains. Hardham is able to hide his magical powers, but not his ki, Yami explained. And since the anti-magic sword isn't magical, it'll work against him. Looks like an anti-magic kid who can read ki ended up being his natural enemy. With Geldra and Naruto. Don't mock me, Geldra growled. I'm a captain, you magicless peasant. You look better when you're groveling on the ground. He was taken aback when Naruto took out his summoned soldiers. Not yet, Naruto snapped. I'm not letting you get away. The Magic Knight captains that I admire so much wouldn't run away over something like this. Very well, Geldra spat. If you want to die that badly, I shall grant your wish for you. Mr. Poiset, Rill sang, having caught up with Naruto. Hold still a sec. With a flick of his paintbrush, he trapped the escaping Geldra in a swirling orb of the paints on his palette. Painting magic, spring of restriction. He beamed, capturing Geldra in the painting. Mr. Poiset, you're a picture-perfect fellow. I think I'll call this the drowning captain. Rill, how dare you go easy on him? Nozel retorted. The other captains had also arrived on the scene. I mean, if I hadn't done that, this building would have been destroyed. Rill answered, knowing his fellow captain's temperaments very well. His magic allows all magic to pass through him, Nozel reminded. In that case, we can simply attack using physical objects. We'll just have some commoners rebuild the building. I'd rather you didn't, Captain Nozel, Rhiannon scolded. I concur, William agreed. I believe this is enough. Someone may be controlling him with magic. I'm glad I said that when everyone is here. Julius had a time stasis orb in his hand. I can't tone down my magic after all. Now then. He looked down at the captured Geldra. I have some questions for you, Geldra. In the underground dungeon. Geldra, everything you've said so far is true? Julius finished the questioning. Yes, Geldra replied. That's quite the list, Yami noted. Abusing his own squad members, embezzling funds, selling National Treasure class magic items on the black market, and smuggling dangerous magic potions from other countries. Most important of all, kidnapping barrier mages, Charlotte stated. That's direct cooperation with the Eye of the Midnight Sun. That's solid proof of how they managed to infiltrate the royal capital. He was dazzled by rare magic items and made a deal with those terrorists. Nozel scoffed. The barrier mages have most likely been killed off already, Rhiannon concluded. This is an unparalleled blunder, Julius admitted. He was a magic knight, charged with protecting our citizens, yet he sold them out instead. In order to keep the citizens from growing uneasy, we won't make this a public matter. But to ensure that this never happens again, check all of your squad members to make sure no one has ties with the enemy. Outside. Well, Raya undid his transformation. I'm a pretty decent actor. No one can see through my copy transformation magic. Except for you, Karis-chan. He smiled lightly at Rhiannon, who managed to catch up with him. Raya. Rhiannon greeted the reborn elf. You already realized it, haven't you? The discrepancies. Tell me, Raya, she continued. How much you do know about the devils? In Julius' office. I'm sorry for making you two stay behind. Julius had held Yami and Naruto back. It's sad being betrayed by comrades who fought alongside me. I sprinted at full speed to get where I am, but as a result, I may have made a lot of mistakes. To tell you the truth, when we were interrogating the two Eye of the Midnight Sun members, they told us one more thing. I clearly remember a stone tablet at their hideout. They call the stones that were set into magic stones. They believe if they collect all of them, they will be reborn into their true forms, beings linked closely to mana and possessing enormous magic. Apparently, they also went after Fugolian because they wanted the magic stone he had. We must not let them get the stones. There are 3 magic stones left. They know the location of one of them. In a strong magic region, the underwater temple. So, you want us to get there before the Eye of the Midnight Sun does, and snatch the magic stone? Yami concluded. That's right. Julius nodded. This is an important mission. The best squad for the job is the one with lots of members, who aren't restricted by familial or social status. Which means, you're Black Bulls, Yami. Sometime later. I see. Julius noted. Yami was giving his report, having brought Naruto, Charmy, and Finral along. He was a member of the Third Eye, the strongest of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, then? His name was Veto the Despair. Yami voiced. We'll send his body in for an autopsy and interrogate the other Eye of the Midnight Sun members. Julius declared. Your binding spell was fantastic. He praised Charmy. That fluff was superb. Anyway, here's the magic stone. Yami handed the magic stone over. I'm sure you've heard, but many lost their lives fighting at Raki. Julius stated. This should help them rest in peace. The Black Bulls accomplished this very important mission without losing a single member. Absolutely brilliant. I'm sorry to interrupt, Wizard King. Marks cut in via his communication magic. The border town of Keaton, which has a history of skirmishes with the Diamond Kingdom, is under attack by a Diamond Kingdom squad. He showed the gathered group the enemy. This is... Julius gaped at the appearance of 3 of the 8 Shining Generals and their army. This looks like a bit more than their usual harassment. Not to mention the ones leading this army. Yes, sir. Marks nodded. We believe they're Ragus, Bracos, and Yagos, 3 of the 8 Shining Generals. Julius frowned. This isn't good, Marks added. Keaton is the cornerstone of our border defense. It'll be easier for the Diamond Kingdom to invade if they take it. At the border of Keaton. The time has come, Ragus declared. The history of Diamond Kingdom will finally move forward. It's been so long since my last battle. Yagos chuckled. I can barely contain myself. Those Clove Kingdom weaklings. Bracos laughed. I'll crush them all. It appears our intel about their border defense being weakened due to their struggles with a terrorist group called the Eye of the Midnight Sun was correct. Ragus concluded. If we can conquer Keaton, it'll immediately give our forces an advantage. Bracos boasted. I can't wait. Besides that, the location is packed with resources. Yagos added. They're wasted on the likes of the Clovers. The Diamond Kingdom is attacking. On the front line, the Purple Orcus mages stood in defense. In the name of the Magic Knights, do not allow them to invade. We must not waste this chance Freya-sama gave us to redeem ourselves. Activate the magic barrier. First, we'll attack the lightning magic user, one of the 8 generals, Ragus. Concentrate all your attacks on him. Such pathetic and ugly magic. Ragus scoffed, his subordinates magic forming an ice barrier to fend off the magic barrage. Watch carefully. This is how you use magic. Lightning creation magic, Thunderbird cavalry, sky-splitting magic bow armament. The bolts of lightning shot through the newly formed barrier, striking down on the buildings and opening a hole in the magic shield. The follow-up lightning charge dispelled the barrier completely, allowing the invading army to proceed. Don't break formation. Yagos gave out orders. Stay in squads of 10. Defense mages, activate barrier spells, and watch out for long-range magic. Close-range and mid-range attack mages, scout for enemies, and let your magic charge up. Long-range mages, keep up a barrage of spells with low magic consumption to throw them into confusion. Red Ochre creation magic, Big Boar rampage. Bracos summoned his boar to use it as a battering ram. Yagos, we're going after him, Ragus instructed. All right, everyone. William led his squad into battle. Let's ask our rude guests to take their leave. A message for the generals. A messenger reported via telepathy. It appears the Clover Kingdom's reinforcements have arrived. The only enemy is the members of the Golden Dawn. Idiots. Bracos snorted. Do they think they can stop us with just one squad? They're all fools. Blocking my way. He was met by Yuno. You've got some guts. I'll blast you to bits. Wind magic, Tornado Fong. Yuno broke Bracos' steed apart with his tornadoes. Who's blasting whom to bits? Use my powers too. Sylph whined. Looks like at least one of you has a spine, Bracos remarked. That's amazing, Langris noted, in the back with William as they watched the battle unfold. It's in pieces. He'll get even stronger, William reminded. I guess I wouldn't expect any less from our genius, who became one of our best knights less than a year after joining. Langris agreed. Shall we, Langris? William stated. Let's make them regret barging into our country with their muddy boots. Chapter 10. Whoever's strongest wins. So, you're the advance guard for the Golden Dawn? Bracos snorted. Not bad for a little brat. Goodness, Ragus sked. Such a wretched form for a shining general. How unsightly. I can't bear to watch. I'll lend you a hand. No one asked for your help, Bracos retorted. He's mine. It appears the people have great faith in him. Ragus ignored Bracos' protests. In that case, let's see if you can protect yourself as well as your people. Arrows. Yuno frowned as Ragus readied his spell. Bell? Leave it to me, Sylph chirped. Wind magic, Gale Whitebow. Yuno countered the lightning arrows with his own elemental arrows. Impossible. Ragus was taken aback, Yuno's additional wind arrows shattering his shield. He easily deflected my fastest lightning-coated arrows and even broke through my barrier. See if you can actually protect them? Yuno echoed. That's my line. Let's see if you can protect yourself and your comrades. How dare he make me look like a fool? Ragus snarled. He's mine. Stay out of my way, Bracos. He's mine. Bracos fired back. You stay out of my way. Elsewhere. That looks like a tough spell to deal with. Langris stepped in after Yagos trapped a purple Orcus mage in his mucus nail spell and used his offensive spatial magic to carve through Yagos' mucus spell, along with the walls behind them. Though, it's pretty much useless against me. Yikes. He winced, noticing the structural damage. The one thing about this spell is that it sort of destroys anything. On a roof. William was slowly growing roots. The time is at hand, he declared, having collected enough mana. The great tree shall now bloom. World tree magic, great tree Mistiltine. He grew a massive tree in the middle of Keaton. All for the Clover Kingdom's prosperity. Good grief. Apparently, there was an incredible amount of magic in that battlefield. I suspect this cleaned up most of it, though. With Yuno. Our army has basically been wiped out. Bracos was stunned. Curse you! He shot up to take revenge. With Yami heading off to find William, Naruto, Charmy and Finral were left with the evacuation. Someone's going head-to-head with one of the diamond guys in the air. Finral noticed the aerial battle above him. Yuno. Naruto instantly recognized one of the combatants. You shall fall before my beautiful magic. Ragus growled, beaten back by Yuno's obviously superior mana control. Beauty doesn't matter in battle, Yuno retorted, ending the fight with a wind spear through Ragus' body. Whoever's the strongest wins. That's all there is to it. I thought I saw a familiar speck, he teased, landing in front of Naruto. What are you doing here, Naruto? Not to mention you're all torn up, scrambling about and soaked in sweat. Talk about ugly. The fact that you're so beat up means you got stronger again, didn't you? He concluded. I'm not losing to you, Naruto. Looks who's talking. Naruto grinned. You got crazy strong too, you jerk. I'm not gonna lose either, I finally found you. The now oversized Bracos towered over William. You must be the captain of the Golden Dawn. I had completely underestimated you. Who knew you'd have such tremendous magic? You've got impressive magic yourself, William replied. There's no reason to perish in vain. Take your comrades and leave this land. Diamond soldiers never retreat. Bracos growled. Red ochre creation magic, bright armor heavy artillery. William countered by firing a Mistiltine seed into Bracos' outstretched fist. Bracos was about to crush William in his fist when he found himself trapped within a tree that spouted from his body. World tree magic, Mistiltine seed. William named his spell. You should be honored. Your magic has nourished the Clover Kingdom. Just then, using the hermit's thick smoke as cover, Lotus positioned himself to attack William. Yami intervened, cutting through the smoke fog. Looks like you owe me one vengeance, he told his best friend. You saved me, Yami, William acknowledged. Left with no choice, Lotus manifested the bustling lazy vehicle and retreated with the still trapped Bracos and the remnants of their army. Now that we're alone in a spot with such a great view, why don't we have a little chat, Vengeance? Yami went back to the matter at hand. I'm someone who believes in his gut instinct. Vengeance, could you take off your mask? You little brat. Yagos growled, cutting in on the Vaude family squabble. On the honor of the 8 shining generals, I'm taking your head back with me. You're still alive? Langris scoffed. Not only that, But at this rate, my spatial magic is going to hit those civilians. You can't lay a finger on me, Magic Knights. Yagos chuckled, certain he had the upper hand. I don't have time to hesitate. Langris made his decision. They'll just have to be noble sacrifices for the sake of our country. Hold it, Naruto barked. How can you even think about abandoning our citizens? We're Magic Knights. If this goes on, we'll just end up with even more victims. Langris argued. Shut up, Naruto snapped. I'm not gonna abandon anyone. Finral, Miss Charmy. Just you watch, you know. Cotton creation magic, sheep fluffy cushion. Charmy cast her spell after Naruto took off running backwards. Naruto rammed into the newly formed sheep and used the repelling force to shoot himself straight at Yagos. Finral acted, teleporting Naruto out of Yagos' mucus nail and opening the exit portal right above the mucus magic user. With the Demon Dweller sword in his mouth, Naruto shot out from the portal and sliced through the mucus and freeing the captured citizens. What did you do, you brat? Yagos demanded. Finral activated another portal, teleporting Naruto away before he got hit by Yagos' mucus blast. The exit portal, however, was opened at Yagos' back, Naruto headbutting the mucus user and knocking him out. Your fighting style's as insane as ever, Naruto. Yuno teased, using a wind cushion to break Naruto's fall. With Yami and William. Your world tree magic is as impressive as ever. Yami noted. What are you trying to say? William inquired. I'm someone who believes in his gut instinct. Yami admitted. Vengeance, could you take off that mask? This isn't a face that most people would want to see. William warned. Are you super ugly under there or something? Yami twitched. I know what this is, Yami. William admitted. You suspect I may be the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, don't you? Frankly, yeah. Yami confessed. I think it's about 10 years since I first met you. We met on the battlefield, and after that, we fought together from time to time. Then, we became captains at the same time. So just let me see your face, all right? Very well. William relented, removing his mask to reveal his heavily scarred face. That's one hell of a scar, Yami noted. Did you get it on the battlefield? No, I was born with it, William replied. They call me a cursed child. Not even Lady Freya can fix this scar, and she learned healing from Owen. It creeped out the people around me, and they came to fear me. I was the illegitimate son of a certain noble. I lived in the Forsaken Realm until I was 8. Following the loss of the noble's heir, I was taken in as an aristocrat. Fortunately, I had great magical power and my world tree magic was viewed with awe. Even there, they loathed my face. In addition, my foster mother brutally abused me. It was a hellish childhood. You sure had it rough, don't you? Yami sympathized. But in the midst of all that, I met Master Julius. William continued. He didn't care about my appearance. All he saw was my power. Sorry about that. Yami apologized, having cleared his doubts. No, William corrected. I'm glad I was able to tell you and show you things as they really are. Captain Vengeance, a scout reported. The diamonds have begun to retreat. Understood, William responded. There is no need to pursue those who are fleeing. Could you concentrate on helping the injured? With Julius. The diamond forces have retreated and we've taken a number of captives, Marks reported. Keaton was successfully defended. Excellent work. Julius nodded. Please see to the repair of the damaged buildings and set up shelters immediately. Now then, he pondered after Marks excused himself. I don't think that was a serious attempt by the Diamonds to invade our kingdom. So what were they after? Something is going on with the Diamond Kingdom. Rhiannon spoke. The Diamond King's aura feels too muted to be normal. Chapter 20. Never Again, at Owen's lab. Sounds like a lively group has arrived. Owen heard the commotion outside his lab. You fought despite how broken you are. Yami entered the lab with Naruto in his grip. Have him take a look at you and your head. Yami, come on in. Owen greeted. This guy, who looks completely out of place in this tower, is the kingdom's best quack doctor. Yami explained. You might have gathered that from how he looks. That's so rude. Owen pouted. He managed to reattach one of my arms after it almost fell off before, so he's a great recovery mage. Yami added. He's also Haim-sama's master at healing magic. Have him check you out. Are you alright? Owen chuckled. I'm Owen, a recovery mage who works directly under the Wizard King. Pleasure to finally meet you, Naruto. I heard all about you when I go out drinking with Yami. Lady Freya also has many fond memories of you, and who's the other boy's name? Ah yes, you know. I've got something I gotta take care of. Yami made himself scarce. I've got a feeling that I'm gonna win today. You're going gambling, aren't you? Naruto retorted. Now then, let's see. Owen began his inspection. Water healing magic, qual operation. He summoned his jellyfish swarm to analyze Naruto's wound. They got you good, didn't they? He winced, seeing the burns under the unwrapped bandages. Don't you worry. My spell sees through the body of the person it envelopes, so I can get a clear look at the affected area and heal it with precision. Now, for some mana to promote healing. He suddenly paused when the diagnosis came back. Naruto. He removed his glasses and started explaining the spell's analysis. Later that evening. I see. Rhiannon nodded after Owen informed her about Naruto's diagnosis. Curse magic, huh? Thank you, Owen. I believe Vanessa Inoteka from Yami's squad is from the Witch's Forest. She pondered after Owen took his leave. Summoning a magical pigeon messenger, she sent it to the Black Bull's headquarters with a summons for Vanessa. Sometime later, with the magical token she received from Rhiannon, Vanessa stood outside the Witch's Forest entrance. Hey! She yelled. The smartest witch to ever grace this world since the creation of the Land of Witches is back. I need something, so open up. The doors flung open, and a massive flock of crows flew out, swallowing Vanessa and taking her into the forest. This chapter ends here. Let me know in the comments what you think of this Naruto and Black Clover crossover experiment. Should I make more videos like this? If you're ready for more, just click on this next video and enjoy the ride.